Good morning and welcome to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. I'm Shawn DeKnight, and Sheriff, we're talking about one of those topics today that really does have impact on community. We're talking about drug activity. We've heard a lot of conversations even nationwide about drugs coming in and out of the area.
You know, we've talked about this for quite some time. In fact, just going back generations, drugs have been an issue here in Tallahassee, Leon County, and across the country for that matter. And it devastates lives, and that's the thing that we are mostly focused on, is how can we maintain the quality of life within the Leon County families, and at the same time get aggressive in terms of fighting particularly those drugs that are coming from, we talk about it all the time, they're coming from the borders of Mexico up through Atlanta, Miami, up into Tallahassee. And fortunately for us, we have a significant task force of people who have joined together in our All In initiative to try to help us address those problems. And I think we're making some headway. The fact is, we got our crime rate down this past year, largely related to the efforts that our deputies and law enforcement makes in our community to try to deal with those issues. But drugs are so impactful in a negative way in our community, and we've really got to continue to work on trying to eradicate it from our community as best we can, because it changes the lives of children and families, and it adds so much more to the mental health issues we have in our community. And so it's such a devastating problem that we've got, and that's why it's so important to get the message out to our citizens about why we're so fixated, if you will, on fighting drugs in our community.
Absolutely. And, you know, we've got one of our internal experts here with us today, Captain Guzman, who's got a wealth of knowledge when it comes to this. But we're going to talk about those trends. And, you know, some of these drugs are literally deadly. And so we have to make sure our community is aware of those consequences.
Yeah, and Guzman's background, working with some of our partners, particularly federal partners, has been immensely helpful to us as we try to get more effective, become more effective in our fight against those drugs coming in our community. Fentanyl is one that is really devastating and really difficult for us to get a handle on. The marijuana and stuff like that of the past, those things, as we look at them today, are just simple issues compared to fentanyl and the other narcotics out there.
Absolutely. Well, you want to be sure to stick around. Coming up after the break, getting drugs off of the streets. We're going to talk with LCSO's captain over our Vice unit after the break.
Good morning. This is Sergeant Sean Edwards with the Leon County Sheriff's Office Recruiting Unit, and this is your Safety Tip Tuesday.
According to the National Safety Council, tens of thousands of crashes take place in parking lots and garages every year. Here's how to avoid becoming one of those numbers. For drivers, stay focused and alert whenever you are behind the wheel. It does not matter if you're in a parking lot or on the freeway going 7 miles per hour or 70. Obey traffic signs in the parking lot and remember to use your turn signals. Try to always park in well-lit areas, for example, under a light if you can. Always remember to be aware of your surroundings, especially when you are alone. While walking in the parking lot, make sure to make eye contact with drivers so you know that they see you. Establish rules and safety tips for your children to abide by in parking lots.
And that was your Safety Tip. Have a nice day.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
At the Florida Sheriff's Association, we are able to serve our sheriffs and Floridians thanks to our members' support. The FSA Member Perks program was created to give back to our members for all that they do. Members enjoy savings on restaurants, vacations, golf courses, car rentals, healthcare, movie tickets, theme parks, online shopping, and more. With over 300,000 offers, you'll always find ways to save. To learn more or to join the Florida Sheriff's Association, visit fsamemberperks.org.
An email from the post office? How do they even know my email address?
They don't. This is a bogus email sent by scammers that looks like it is coming from the Postal Service, or even the Postmaster General himself. The email contains fraudulent information about an attempted or intercepted package delivery, and provides a link to click on to find out when delivery is expected. But that click can activate a virus, which can steal personal information such as usernames, passwords, or financial account numbers stored on the computer or mobile devices. Here are some telltale signs that an email is bogus. It contains poor grammar or spelling errors. It states that immediate action must be taken or there'll be dire consequences. It requests personal information under the guise of reconfirming information. The Postal Service does not notify customers about package delivery attempts by email. If you receive such a message, don't open it. Instead, forward it to spam@uspis.gov and then delete the email.
Welcome back to Leon County Today. Today we're talking about an important and often unseen part of law enforcement. We're talking about our vice and narcotics units. Joining us now is Captain Pedro Guzman, who's in charge of our vice and narcotics and all of our interdictions in terms of drugs. First, let's tell us about yourself and how do you become a Leon County Sheriff's Deputy?
Well, thank you, Sheriff. So I was hired about April 2024, so I've been almost 2 years now with the Sheriff's Office. Prior to that, I did 33 years as the DEA agent here. I retired as the resident agent in charge of the Drug Enforcement Administration. So 33 years of doing narcotic law enforcement work, then brought me here, thankfully, to the Sheriff's Office.
Well, Pedro, I tell you, we are delighted that you're a member of our agency, and you came in without, normally when we transfer somebody to vice and narcotics, there's a learning curve. 34 years, we think you achieved everything you wanted to federally, and you've done a great job here with us. But let's talk about this problem and how difficult is it for us to deal with the narcotics that we see each and every day in our community?
So it is. It's a difficult challenge, and we face this challenge every day. You know, working not solely by ourselves, because as you know, Sheriff, this is a fight that we can't win by ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're working day to day with our partners in law enforcement, but it's just something that you wish that you can completely eradicate this problem, but we can't, obviously. There's a lot of what's happening around us that we cannot control, but we try our best, and we're in this fight, and I think we'll make some headway here.
I'm absolutely counting on you guys and our partners to do that, but talk to our audience about why is it so difficult for us to have those interventions with folks who are involved in the drug trade?
So sometimes it's difficult, just, there are those that either don't want to come forward and say cooperate or provide information, and that lack of intelligence or information kind of hinders our investigations at times. So it's difficult because people, for whatever reason, not wanting to come forth and cooperate with us because of fear of retaliation or being labeled as an informer or something along those lines, kind of, again, it's a challenge that we face every day.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I talk about started out talking about the marijuana stuff of the past. What are the things that are concerning to you right now that we should be concerned about here in Tallahassee, Leon County?
So there's several things that we should be concerned about. One is the amount of readily available crystal methamphetamine that is obviously comes from Mexico, and once that crosses the border, it's distributed throughout the nation. And so we're not immune to that here in our backyard. Another drug you'd mentioned was marijuana. We're seeing, unfortunately, a lot of the marijuana that's being trafficked illegally comes from the West Coast. It's high potency marijuana. There's a lot of activity with that here in this area, particularly with some of the local gangs, because it's a cash game, so it yields a lot of profits.
Okay.
And we are seeing, obviously, you mentioned fentanyl, which fentanyl probably touches every corner of the nation right now. And again, we're not immune to it here. We have seen it. We're not at the same level as some of the other cities, thankfully, but we do see that. And again, we're seeing cocaine that has not gone away. And unfortunately, that's another drug that we have to continue to battle.
Yeah, what are some of the other synthetics out there? I know we talked about fentanyl. What other ones out there that we should be concerned about?
So we're seeing Molly, alpha PVP, some of these synthetic drugs that obviously they're not grown, they're made in labs. So you can have any kind of garage chemist that will produce these as long as they get their hands on the chemicals, which is scary because you don't know the quality of the product you're getting. Even though it is illegal, I think the community has to be aware of that. Even a little fentanyl the size of a grain of salt can kill.
Wow.
And that's the scary part. And you just don't know what you're getting. Some of these pills that are being pressed illegally and clandestinely, you don't know what you're getting. And that's the scary part.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks, Captain. When we come back, we'll talk more about how the Sheriff's Office is proactively fighting drug activity in our community. Stay with us.
Human trafficking is slavery.
And it happens all over America.
Any child, any woman, any man could potentially become a victim of human trafficking.
I am a victim of labor trafficking.
I was victim of child sex trafficking, but now I own my body.
Human trafficking is any kind of forced labor.
It can happen to anybody.
I am a mother.
I am an author.
I am a son.
I'm an advocate.
I am an educator.
I'm a sister.
I am a brother.
I'm so much more than what happened to me.
I am strong.
I am brave.
I am outspoken.
I am compassionate.
I am a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor.
I am a survivor of human trafficking.
A 19-second conversation with a stranger online can put your child in danger of being exploited or abused.
Talking to kids about online safety can protect us for a lifetime. Don't wait. Talk to us today.
The drug landscape has changed. Illegal fentanyl has made its way into the drug supply. And it's a danger you might not see coming. A synthetic opioid up to 50 times stronger than heroin, up to 100 times stronger than morphine. It only takes the tiniest amount to cause a fatal overdose. A fraction of a raindrop, or 3 grains of salt. Your drugs don't come with an ingredients list. Although fentanyl is being mixed into almost every kind of drug, you wouldn't be able to see it, or smell it, or taste it. Fentanyl is one of the most common drugs involved in overdose deaths. Know the dangers. Learn the facts about fentanyl and ways to protect yourself at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Welcome back. I'm joined again by Captain Pedro Guzman, who leads our Vice Unit at the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Captain, let's talk about prevention in law enforcement and how can we be proactive in addressing these drugs that impact our community?
Well, I think one way to be proactive is engaging our community. I think, not only are we looking to, put bad people away, but it's also our job, as you know, Sheriff, that we need to educate the community on what's happening. And so that's one of the proactive measures that we can take. One of the other measures, obviously, as I mentioned previously, was working with our state, local, and federal partners. And we have to stay ahead of the curve, so to speak.
Absolutely.
It's an ever-evolving game, and it's up to us to find those measures that will keep us ahead of the bad guys, so to speak.
Yeah, Pedro, that's extremely important. The other thing that we talk about quite often is the technology. How do we leverage technology, and what is intelligence-led policing, and how does that help with our drug issues?
So technology that is probably one of the biggest challenges that we have faced. Some of these communication apps that these bad guys are utilizing, that poses a very challenging effort on our part to try and crack some of these codes and some of the way they're communicating. So these challenges, obviously, we have to rely on our intelligence-led partners. We have a great intelligence unit. We have the Real-Time Crime Center. So we're able to leverage all these resources together to kind of help us battle some of these difficulties that we're finding, especially in the technology side.
Yeah, let's talk about that some more. Particularly, we talk again about All In and all of our partners working together. Talk about how we are trying to make sure we understand that drugs don't stop at our county line.
Yes, sir.
And how are we engaged with some of those other counties and our federal partners?
Yes, sir. So a lot of our investigations, though they might start here locally, we find that they tend to spread out and expand beyond our county area. So we're forced to work with our partners. Again, as I mentioned, we can't win this fight by ourselves. We have to combine our resources. We have to force multiply with some of our fellow agencies. And a lot of times that will take us out of the county into surrounding states even. So wherever the case takes us, we know we have the ability to follow those leads. And our investigators do a really great job of coordinating with our partners every day.
You know, there's a lot of talk around, not necessarily here in Tallahassee, but across the country with respect to illegal drugs and our involvement in it. What's your perspective on how we're dealing with these issues, both federal and locally, and how effective are we?
So it's not, again, it's a national issue, and being that, you know, we're sitting here in the capital city, we are not immune to what's happening nationally surrounding us. So we have to work with our partners. And I would say that working alongside some of these federal agencies and the resources that they have, the intelligence that they bring to the table, sometimes it's beyond our reach, but yet we're able to utilize that same information and, again, leverage our resources to try and investigate some of these criminal elements that are affecting our community.
Yeah, Pedro, again, you and that team at the Leon County Sheriff's Office do a great job. I can't talk about that enough, but what can our community do to help us?
So, you know, you see something, you say something. And I know that's an old adage that's been put out there over the last several years, but it works, right? Sometimes we're not always aware of what's happening in our community, and those that are out there every day, they have the ability to call and let us know what's happening. You have your Crime Stopper tips, you know, or you can just dial directly to the sheriff's office and we'll put you in touch with somebody. But, you know, we're here to work with the community every day, and we're not here just to put people in jail. There are people that deserve a second chance out there.
Absolutely, yes. And Pedro, I can't tell you enough about how much we appreciate the job you do, and particularly your team. Our Vice and Narcotics team works sometimes outside of narcotics, working with the other components of our sheriff's office, and you guys do a great job. And you have, I think, one of the best thing I ever did was bringing you on from the federal government into our Vice and Narcotics. So,
thank you, sir.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Just ahead in our Deputy on Duty, offering spiritual resources, we will introduce you to the LCSO's new chaplain at the detention facility.
Another teenager, victim to fake pills. That smells like big crime that needs to be stopped. Before buying pills online, think about this. Should buying prescription pills be this easy?
Yeah, bro, I'm picking up. Same guy. I bet. Got you 5.
Think these pills are tested and safe? Think they're the same ones you get from a doctor? You know they're not. Did you know that fake prescription pills may contain fentanyl? And an amount small enough to fit on the tip of a pencil can be lethal. Listen, before buying pills from social media, think again. Learn more at mcgruffpsa.org and go for real.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for kids, teens, or young adults. It's just not.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals and volatile organic compounds into your body.
And nicotine, the same highly addictive substance found in regular cigarettes.
Nicotine can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
Affecting learning, memory, attention, and impulse control, and priming the brain for other addictions.
Vaping products also come in kid-friendly flavors that can make them appealing to youth.
And many kids also use other drugs, like marijuana, in vaping devices.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media,
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping, because when you talk, they hear you.
On this episode of Deputy on Duty, we're on the job with the Leon County Detention Facility's newest chaplain.
My name is Dr. Lenny Marshall, and I am the chaplain here at the Leon County Detention Facility.
Before starting his role at the Leon County Detention Facility, Dr. Marshall served as a chaplain in the healthcare field.
I was working in the healthcare industry as a chaplain, and then when that concluded, God led me to work with those who are incarcerated, because he said not only do those who are at the end of life need spiritual care, but those who find themselves in difficult situations.
Each day brings new conversations and different experiences.
The only constant to me is the passing out of spiritual materials, literature, things that speak to a person's faith, but the fluency comes with the fact that you never know what need an inmate's going to have from day to day. And for some, they could be dealing with a death in the family that they found out about, or dealing with depression.
The impact of the discussions and initiatives led by the chaplains is what keeps their mission going.
I've witnessed firsthand inmates who have been released, who have reached back out to me and stated that the conversations that we have has made a profound difference in their view of what God has for them in their lives.
An example of these programs are the Musical Enrichment Program, which provides a constructive and creative outlet that promotes personal growth, emotional expression, and positive engagement.
I had the opportunity to play a part in the planning and how that went, how that unfolded. And from my understanding, it was the second enrichment program that we've had here. And from all the input and the feedback that I've gotten, this one was better than the last one in that it was more spirit-filled. For anyone who was there, it was hard for them not to feel the presence of God, and everything that took place, from the speeches, the music that was played, even the weather, was impactful.
The chaplain plays a vital role in offering support to both the staff of the detention facility and the incarcerated individuals.
The importance of having a chaplain full-time unlocks enormous opportunity to change an inmate's life. I think that presence, that listening ear, that compassionate care that cannot be afforded by those on the law enforcement side because they have established boundaries, is so much needed, especially in a setting like this, to make available to inmates that there is opportunity for them to recover from those mistakes they have made.
There are various ways for the community to get involved and help.
So some people sign up are interested in coming out to speak to inmates. Some are just interested in donating resource materials. And so the community can readily reach us here at the detention facility and ask directly for me, and I will explore and discover exactly what it is they are feeling called and led to do.
We are committed to transforming lives at the Leon County Detention Facility, but Dr. Marshall emphasizes that we need support.
Everyone has to do a part. I'm a big advocate, and I'm very fond of, in my hobbies, of puzzles. And so right now I'm working on a 1,500-piece puzzle, and it's always interesting to see how each part of that puzzle fits in to make a whole picture. That's how I look at people and working together. Everybody has a part to play, and without that piece, the puzzle is not complete.
If you'd like to get involved, visit our website today, leoncountyso.com. For Leon County Today, I'm Giovanni Hampton.
Download the Leon County Sheriff's Office mobile app right now. Our mobile app makes it easier than ever to report a crime and get important safety alerts. And follow reported crimes in your neighborhood, all in one convenient location in the palm of your hands. Download LCSO Connect right now. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play by searching LCSO Connect. You can more More details about the features of the app on our website, leoncountyso.com.
I'll be here to hear what's on your mind. Take this time to talk and get it right. You know I'll be there all your life. When you need me, I'll be by your side. By your side. And every day is a different day. Everything isn't everything. Even when you think things could never ever be the same. Don't be scared of the world, I'll be here to stay. By your side. Even when your heart ain't listening, or your mind takes you a different way, towards a different path. All you gotta do is sit and ask. When you need me, I'll be by your side.
When the adults in a child's life talk early and often about the dangers of underage drinking, the message gets stronger every time.
I'll be by your side.
Talk. They hear you.
Welcome back to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. And Sheriff, I just love the passion that comes with our new chaplain, Chaplain Marshall.
Oh, absolutely. Lenny Marshall has been a friend of mine for a number of years. He and I attended the same church for a number of years. He's an ordained minister himself, and you can see it. He has that compassion and that love for people, and that translates particularly in our detention facility. So many people that we're interacting with are, they've given up on life in some cases, and to see someone like Lenny come in and have that he's bigger than life, quite honestly, and he just echoes goodwill and love, and that's something some of the people in our detention need to see. On the other hand, he understands how to deal with the other part of our detention facility as well. People who don't want to cooperate, don't want to get the opportunity to succeed, he can step in that space as well.
Absolutely. So happy to have him as a part of our team. And then hearing from Captain Guzman, for him to say that piece of fentanyl the size of a grain of salt can be deadly. A grain of salt.
Yeah, fentanyl is devastating, and it's taken lives all over the country, and that's right now it's perhaps the most hideous drug we've got to get off our streets. We really need our citizens' support in helping us get people off the street. Sometimes it's their fault, but many times they've been trafficked and are out there just trying to survive. So we'll do the best we can in Leon County, but we need all of our citizens all in with us.
That's right, and watching this show is one of those great ways to stay informed. All right, thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you back here next week.